Good day. The title of my work is Synthesis, Characterization, Biological Activity, Computational Study of some Novel Shape Bases, presented by me, Dr. Ikile. And this is a work, collaboration work with the following name you've seen on the screen, and any corresponding author, the email is as shown. The presentation will run this way. I will introduce experimental as shown above. So why do we decide to do shape basis? The synthesis of shape basis has become very important because of the rich chemistry and the wide application, especially in biological activity. Shape basis, also known as main compound, because of the functional group, the isomer functional moiety present in shape basis is actually what is responsible for the various biological application. Shape bases are also find wide application in metal complexes that are usually used as ligand, and they have been reported to show very good biological application. They have been used in various type of application. And of interest to this work is a reported work on copper sheet basis, and it was reported that the copper sheet basis, the sheet basis ligands on their own, shows more activity, biological activity compared to the copper complex. And this actually one of the motivation for this work, that we can actually just use sheet bases the way they are. And how will that be possible? It will only be possible if we are able to tune the sheet bases, looking at their sterically and uh, electronically. The aim of this work is to synthesize novel sheet bases and investigate their biological application. And for us to be able to achieve our aim, these are the following objectives. We synthesized new sheet bases, we characterize them, they were fully characterized. We also try to do the DFT study because it has been reported there is a correlation between the biological activity and the predicted value. We also investigate the biological application. We try to see if they can be used as possible anti-malaria, anti-trypanosomiasis, anti-HIV, and finally we decide to also study their cytotoxicity activity. So how do we go about with the synthesis? The synthesis of this sheet base was achieved by using 2-hydroxy 3-nitrobenzylaldehyde and with the corresponding adenine, refluxing them in ethanol. And the sheet bases were obtained in very high yield, ranging from 80% to 90%, and they are very stable even when it was exposed to air. So after that, we fully characterize them by using proton NMR carbon 13, IR, UV, and meta analysis. Of note for us to actually confirm that these sheet base were actually synthesized, we just bring out some of the important points. The mean proton, as you can see on the highlighted above, was found around 12.33 ppm, the proton NMR for compound 1 and 2, and for compound 3 and 4 is also almost similar, around 10.30 ppm. Further confirmation of the formation of this sheet basis is provided by the appearance of the imide carbon, which is also around 157 ppm. We also look at the infrared spectrometer, high absorption band around 160-50, which is also correspond with what has been reported in literature. And finally, the disappearance of the and then the NH2 uh, in the high have further confirmed that the Schiff bases have been successful synthesized. We also do the computational study. We try to look at the correlation between the experimenter and the computed element data, and actually we were able to find that there is a lot of correlation between what was predicted and the experimental value that we obtain. And of note is the importance of also trying to use computational study to determine the dipole moment, because it has been previously reported the relationship between dipole moment and the biological activity. And the dipole moment for this compound ranges from 3.8 to 7.60, and which shows that these Schiff bases synthesized are highly polar. And that actually it was not surprised with their biological activity. And it is reported that there is a relationship between dipole moment of a compound and the biological activity. So we actually investigated the anti-malaria, the anti-trachonitis, and the HIV has reported in this table. We were able to observe that compound 1, compound 3, and compound 4 actually we obtained, they estimated a very high uh, biological activity of what was investigated. And of note is compound 4. Compound 4, even though we obtained a very high biological activity, but one of the drawback of compound 4 was that it also gave a high toxicity, and that makes us to conclude that the biological activity we are seeing for compound 4 has to do with the toxicity, high toxicity level of compound 4. But of interest for this work is that compound 1 and 3, they estimated very high biological activity and also very low toxicity level, which is a very good thing for this work. Actually, compound 2 exhibited a low biological activity, and this is just to buttress the anti-HIV work we did. And compound 1 and 3 actually show very, they can actually be used as anti-HIV drugs, and that takes us to the cytotoxicity assay was scaled by testing the effect on woman's KB adenocarcinoma cell, and the result has also been reported. In conclusion, we are able to achieve our aim. We successfully and characterize four novel Schiff bases. The compound 1 to 4 were found to be very stable without the composition to here. The computational study of this compound also uh, correlate with the experimental value. Compound 1 showed very high biological activity with very low toxicity. So it means that compound 1 and 2 can actually act as a promising drugs for the biological activity investigated in this study. Further study on the IC50 IC, we also plan to look at the dosage response, structural optimization, and mechanism of action investigated in this work. And these are the references, and I want to acknowledge our Faculty of Science for providing facility for this work, the Medical Research Council for the biological activity investigated in this research, and finally, thank you uh, for listening. And if there is any question that you need to ask, you can forward your response